Jews remember through daily prayers and on both Shabbat and Passover that we were slaves in Egypt. On Passover, we go further. We celebrate and reenact the exodus from Egypt as if we were personally slaves. In our world of mobile phones, satellites, and hybrid automobiles, this can be difficult, if not impossible, to imagine. Is there a way we can connect to Israelites, the forerunner of modern Jews, having a connection to Egypt thousands of years ago? Well, it turns out there is a connection, if you know where to look. We must travel to Egypt, not a metaphorical Mitzrayim. The writing literally has been on the wall for almost 3,000 years. The site is just off the Nile, in a temple in Karnak, Egypt. The building commenced 4,000 years ago. The entrance is lined with a majestic double row of ramp-headed sphinxes. And this path leads to a monumental gateway entrance, or pylon. This is the main pylon of the Temple of Amun-Re. It is 375 feet long, 104 feet high, 15 feet deep. It was built around 380 BCE. Passing through the pylon, one enters the 65,000 square foot Temple of Amun-Re. The main room is the Hypostyle Hall, built around 940 to 930 BCE. It is filled with 134 columns carved from rock. The outer columns are 30 feet high, and the inner ones 70 feet. Each column is around 45 feet in circumference. The lintel stones crowning the columns weigh 30 tons each. You can see original pigments on many of the hieroglyphics that cover every column and wall from base to crown. There is one wall at Karnak that tells of a victory for a pharaoh and a sad story for his vanquished. Pharaoh Shoshenq subdued his eastern neighbors after years of battles. Town after town fell to Shoshenq's mighty army. He subdued thousands of people in 156 documented places around the year 925 BCE. The wall features portraits of Shoshenq riding in a chariot and deities holding the hair of multiple enemies from Canaan or Canaan. His vanquished foes all have beards, and some of them wear hats or headbands. This is how the ancient Egyptians portrayed these defeated Asiatics. Their hairstyles and facial features differ greatly from other portraits of Egyptians and Nubians that are often portrayed in ancient Egyptian art. Most of the portraits are of them looking up as a group to Shoshenq for mercy, except for a few with a look of fear and despair, their eyes staring directly at the viewer. Below the action graphics of Shoshenq are 156 cartouches featuring the hieroglyphic names of conquered towns. The cartouches feature names like Rehob, Ayalon, Megiddo, Bet Shan, and Negev. These towns were in one kingdom, the United Kingdom of Israel and Judah. They are set inside a figure of a bound prisoner, hands behind his back, with the same beards and headbands seen in the vanquished foes. The conquered people are Israelites. Shoshenq conquered the United Kingdom of Judea and Israel. Shoshenq, or in Hebrew, Shishak, is the first pharaoh mentioned by name in the Torah. His invasion against King Rehoboam, son of King Solomon and grandson of King David. Shoshenq's successful invasion divided the Jewish kingdom 5 years after the death of King Solomon. On the mountain that crowns the ancient Roman town of Beit Shean, or Bet Shan, are Canaanite ruins from the time of King Saul, and ruins of a home of a pharaonic governor of the region. Maybe it was the home of Shoshenq's appointed governor. Viewing these mournful portraits of conquered Israelites from 925 BCE elicits emotion. We see pain and suffering. We see portraits of Israelites from almost 3,000 years ago. These are our ancestors, our predecessors. They are a connection for us to Torah, Israel, our history, and our land. We are living proof that Am Yisrael Chai, that the Jewish people are alive. And next year in Jerusalem.